Welcome to the third Player of the Month video for the 24-25 season. Logic dictates that this must therefore be about the month of October. So we have selected several players between us again for this feature. Remember, you can vote for anyone in this poll, anyone who has played this month, and it's on the club website now. So let's start with our first pick, last month's winner, Aaron Blair. He scored 3 of the 8 Stones goals in the 5 games this month. Your thoughts on him, Nigel?
Yeah, he's just continued on that vein of form, hasn't he? Really, a striker likes goals, but it's not just his goals that he contributes to the team. It's he's working that line. He's often playing up top on his own, but he's still worked tirelessly for the team, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't believe he's been substituted. I think he's played every minute of every game that we've played,
most of the way there,
bar in the Kent Senior Cup game. But he's just what you sort of want from your striker, isn't he? He just leads that line and he chips in with the goals, and just, of course, he also got the assist for Sam Corn's goal at Worthing. So I know he has, he does get the crosses in. He's just not a better fox in the box type striker, is he? He does sort of get the crosses in as well. So yeah, it's just been good, and he just continued that sort of upward trend, doesn't he, this past month.
Tate Trust is the next name on our list. He signed a deal for the rest of the season just last week, and since he signed for the Stones, they hadn't lost until that Kent Senior Cup game. So, Nigel, he has had quite the impact since his initial signing last month.
Yes, yeah, it started off a little bit slowly, really, didn't it? A few sort of cameo roles, but since he's had that first start at Worthing, he's gone from strength to strength, really. He got that assist for Charlie Seaman's goal at Worthing. I think he came close from one of the games from memory where he had that header that hit the crossbar as well.
Yes, yeah. One of the home games here, yeah.
One of the home games, yeah, the draw one, wasn't it? But yeah, it was a stale game, wasn't it? In the second half there, he had that header. Yeah, and he's just, for me, he's just sort of like that little bit of glue that holds the team together. I mean, you've got your players in midfield like Papadopoulos, Benton, Corn. They all like to go forward and support the forward play, but he just sits in there, just does the dirty stuff, wins the ball, lays it off, But then, as it showed, as I say, we mentioned that assist for the Charlie Seaman goal. That pass, it was literally Charlie didn't have to break stride, did he? He was just literally for one through ball, cut everyone, and he was onto it, and that it was that touch from Charlie that took it past the keeper, and then he scored that goal. So yeah, and he settled into the team, and he did a little piece in the KM as well, in the middle of the month, that he'd been up to Blackpool and done all these sort of junior stuff up there. Went out on loan to Hartlepool, but his family's from Greenhive, and he's a local lad. So it's good when, sort of from a management point of view, when you identify these local players that have got that little bit of experience, that you can bring them back and they still feel that they're playing to a good level and they're contributing for the team. So I think all the signs are good that we've got like one of those little gems on our hands there.
Definitely. So Tony Papadopoulos is the third name on our list with a goal and an assist against Ebbsfleet in the FA Cup. He's another player who's remained undefeated since he signed last month, not featuring on Tuesday at Welling, of course. Your thoughts on him, Nigel?
Yeah, he's just that little bit of luxury player, isn't he? Really, he just when he's on the ball, he's one of those players that's got all the skills. You can see that he's a level above, and I mean that goal that he scored against Ebbsfleet, faked it to go one side and boom, hit the other side. Nice. And it's the second goal as well, and that's that buffer goal, isn't it? Yeah. It's good that we got that first goal, and dubious as it was, maybe, I don't know, but it's proved in the replay since that it probably was a goal. But to get that second goal, that puts that sort of, all that pressure then was on Ebbsfleet, wasn't it? And it sort of calmed the crowd down, and to be fair, he's really looked the part since he's come in as well. He gets back, helps out in defence. When the team sort of in that defensive position, and I say, he can get forward and support. He's just that sort of like little X factor player. He's that player that gets you off your seat, isn't he? So we've kept him until January. So all being well, I mean, he hasn't gone back. They've had a new management change there since he's come to us, and he hasn't been recalled. So hopefully that's a good sign. He can contribute to more wins and more points as we climb the table over the coming weeks and months ahead.
Yeah. So Charlie Seaman is the final name on our list from October. He scored his first goal for the Stones, if you catch my drift, against Worthing, and he's been a model of consistency in that unbeaten run for us, hasn't he, Nigel?
Yeah, that's the Charlie Seaman that we remember from his first spell. Those that got to see him play live, I think he's definitely more at home as playing the wing back. So,
Yeah.
And he's sort of been playing sort of like as an inverted sort of winger. But then saying that, he played when we got the win here against
Hemel, wasn't it?
Hemel.
When he was in the back four.
But you can see it as well. I mean, he's just dead ball. He's good. He can take those situations. He gets forward, as proved that Worthing goal. And we said it, in the recap of the Worthing game, didn't we? He had probably an easier chance 5 minutes later.
He did say, Nigel, I bumped into him on the way out, and he did say that for that one that looked easier, he was already stumbling, he was going down to ground. So that's what he's told me. I mean, others can make up their own mind.
It's like we've been saying all the time with all these players. You get that confidence behind you, and you start performing to your best. If you're sort of weighed down by injury, I mean, he got injured in that first game, didn't he, at St Albans? Yeah. So he missed a couple of weeks of the season. So that kind of sort of stutters your sort of progression, doesn't it? But since he's been back and he's had that run in that team, he's just been, not the first name on the team sheet, because I'm sure there's like lots of competition for places. But he's kind of made that role his own. He's just performing well in it at the moment. So again, same as all the other players we've mentioned. Just long as it continues, you just need to build on that and just contribute and up those performance levels as we come into this tough month of November.
So remember, these are just our picks. They're based on what we have seen between us this month. But feel free to vote for any player of your choice. It's on the link below now. So that's all from us for now. You will see or hear us in another video or podcast very soon. So from the two of us, once more, like and subscribe. And as always,
come on, you Stones.